Hello, my dear friends. I'm glad to come your way again today. It's always a pleasure for me to stop by and brainstorm with you on the issues of life. Remember that our topic of discussion is gathering for the journey. That you know your vision does not mean that it will automatically be realized in life. To move from the phase of knowing it to the other phase of accomplishing it or seeing it become fulfilled and realistic, there is preparation that must be adequately made. If you don't prepare well, you will die with your vision. And so, right now, what we are really talking about is the things that you should prepare if your vision must become a reality. One of it is what kills people is not the success of vision itself, it's the character, right? And so, the first thing you should work on is your character. The second thing we try to discuss on is your mindset towards work. There is no free lunch out there, and so whatever you have in your mind as vision or in your heart as wishes, for it to become a reality, you must put in the work. And I will take you back to the Bible. It says, if you see one who is diligent in his business, that one will stand before king, whether it's in Africa or in Europe. If you see someone who is diligent in his business, so diligence is another value that we must develop. Diligence is something that you yourself, you should try to find out what it means. Take a dictionary and find out what diligence is all about. It comprises discipline, hard work, focus, and overcoming excuses and laziness. So many people are so quick to give an excuse. Let me tell you something dramatic about an African. When you are assigning an African, while you are talking, in his mind or in her mind, they are only trying to see the impossibility why this thing cannot be done. They are not even listening to you to say, okay, even if it is difficult, how can I do it? What their mind is thinking of is it cannot be done. And so they are now finding the excuse to give you why it cannot be done. We also have to overcome that. I learned something from the story of Dale Carnegie. If you find that man's story, read it, go to the internet and just type his name and read his biography. In one of the steps in his life, when he was about to develop a course to teach in his institute, he started looking for a textbook around the world that could help him prepare his course. And there was no textbook in that topic. Know what he did? Instead of abandoning that course, he decided to suspend the course and produce his own textbook that he will use for that course. I don't know if you get that. He made a bottleneck. There's no textbook available about this particular course I want to introduce to my institute. And I know it is part of my passion. I must introduce it. But there's no textbook. What many people would have done is, okay, at least I tried. I wanted to, but there's no textbook. You know what he did? He sat down and produced his own textbook. And let me tell you, that textbook became bestseller. Even up to today, that textbook is still blessing so many people. How to win friends and influence people. It's a book written because there was no textbook that could help him. So what I pick from there is, if I get to a junction and the tool that I need to move to the next phase of my creation, I don't have the tool does not exist. You know what I do? Instead of throwing away my project, what do? I sit down and create the tool that I need for my project. Meaning that somebody that is diligent does not give excuses. Somebody that is diligent is one-way traffic. Either I succeed or I succeed. He is not crying to people because of his bottlenecks. When he meets a bottleneck, he will withdraw and look and find out how he can play around that bottleneck and see progress with his or her project. But this is not a value that so many people have today. So many people are quick to give excuses. There's no diligence. So you sit down and research on diligence and ask yourself whether you are a diligent person. And the Bible says, if you see somebody that is diligent in his business, that person will stand before great men. The Bible is not partial. It did not put the continent, it did not put the color of skin. Anybody, wherever they are found, that they are diligent, they will succeed in life. So if you are not succeeding and you are already crying and giving up, know that there is something wrong with your concept of diligence. I wish you all the best, my dear friends. Bye bye.